The Super Tiny Ghost. Written by Marilee Mayfield. Illustrated by Catty, Flores. Once there was a super tiny ghost. He booed and screamed and moaned the most, but no one noticed he was there. Not even children paused to stare. Ooh. He tried with all his tiny might to scare them in their beds at night, but they just thought he was a sheet with big black eyes and hidden feet. Ooh, ooh. He made a list of things to try to make the humans scream and cry, but everything he tried to do backfired and made him feel blue. He watched the witches with their cats and listened to the vampire bats. He tried to learn their ghastly tricks by watching monster horror flicks. He wanted to be really spooky, but he came off strange and oddly kooky. Being a ghost just isn't any fun if you can't make people scream and run. He even went to scary school to study being mean and cruel, but when he tried to terrify, they paid no mind, which made him cry. It would soon be time for Halloween, and in his heart he had a dream. He wanted to be wild and frightening, with boos like thunder and eyes like lightning. So he floated softly through the door of the local party costume store. Everyone would scream and race away when this new scary ghost came out to play. They had scary monsters and hairy beasts, vampires, zombies, and voodoo priests, creepy spiders and spell-casting witches, and mummies all wrapped up in stitches. He picked the best costume off the last rack and stuck it inside a trick-or-treat sack. When he tried it on in the dressing room, he was the perfect picture of doom and gloom. He had blood on his forehead and a toothless grin, warts on his neck and bright green skin. He walked like a mummy with a lurching pace. Only a mother could love that face. When he went back out into the store, people screamed and ran for the door. Now he was ready to frighten and scare. No one would laugh now, they wouldn't dare. A few days passed. It was Halloween night. The streets were lit by jack-o'-lantern light, and the humans in costumes, both young and old, wandered into the dark, crisp autumn cold. The tiny ghost had the best disguise, but much to his horror and great surprise, no one he met screamed or ran away. They just thought he was there to play. Except for one tiny baby, her eyes went wide. She let out a piercing scream and then she cried. And suddenly the super tiny ghost felt so sad. Making this baby scream made him feel bad. So he stopped for a moment and took off his head and popped out with his tiny ghost head instead. Then the baby started laughing and he felt complete. She patted his round head and gave him a treat.